Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am back again with another video this week. Thank you to everyone who commented, liked and subscribed to last week's video. It got a great response, so I'm happy to see us all in the comment section. And yeah, so as requested, I'm currently sitting in the Valtra A95, so I'm going to get Irwin to run through that now. And we have a couple of other bits coming up throughout the video, a bit of grass care, and we might have the Case Maxim 150 at the end, so stay tuned. Here he comes. Oh, he has the shades on. He means business. Oh, look at sidetracked.
So 2006 A95 with 6,236 hours. Tractor is immaculate, good tyres all around, and front joystick operated loader. Tractor's 90 horsepower, manual transmission, manual lift, very basic, but lots for your standard farming needs. Highly requested A95. A few have seen it in the videos in the background, and Nia showed a few pictures of it. There's been a lot of talk about this little tractor. Valtra A95, a 4-cylinder, 95 horsepower. Tyres 90% all around. We have 340 85 24s in the front and 420 85 or 34 tyres in the rear. Tractor's fitted with a front self-leveling loader with joystick control internally in the cab. It's an ideal all-rounder for any tight yards. Serious lock on it, and good hydraulic power as well. We have 4 spool valves at the rear, which is very unusual for this tractor. So 1 set, 2 set, 3 set, 4. Pickup hitch and a drawbar. Dole type pickup hitch where your drawbar is fitted with a pin at the rear and hooked onto the hook itself. So if you don't want to use this, you'd have to take it off and you'll be stripped back to the solid eye. 2-speed PTO, which is manual. There's no electrics on this tractor at all. Very little buttons, only a few for your light switches and your indicators and stuff like that, but there's a manual clutch to engage the PTO. I'll show you here now. So internally in the cab, seat is very good condition. You have your forward and reverse, you clutch for that, clutch for your 1, 2, 3, 4, and you also clutch for your high, medium and low. Manual lift functions, you have your spools 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You have 1,540 PTO, and how you engage that is you'd clutch, pull back, select either 540 or 1000 and release. And you can release it in very easy if you want, if you had a heavy load on at the rear. Now to disengage, you do the same sequence, but you always return it back to that location whenever you're not using the PTO. Your hand throttle cable here. Your blower functions for your heaters down along the side of the dash. A few little switches, lights, wipers, indicators are there, and more functions for your 4-wheel drive, diff lock, and your work lights and hazard lights are all up here. Very clean interior in the cab, no marks whatsoever. Radio and a sunroof. This isn't the original back window, but in fairness now, it's a split back window, so you can push out the top and the bottom half is actually a bolt on, but it can come off if required. And the view out the back. No problem starting. So the loader is self-leveling and it has soft ride and third service as well. So you clutch for the gears, go forward, back. Bring it back into the shed. There's only 6,300 hours on this tractor, so for 2006 it is very low. And it's in immaculate condition. If you want any more information, don't hesitate to give us a call on 049 8544 353 and check out the website if you want more pictures or spec at the tractor. But don't hesitate to give us any of us a call. Thank you.
So I did say in my last video that we were due a few rollers from Watson. So I think we have 10 foot and 12 foot with the wheel kits on them, so I think one of these could be sold. This one here is the 6.3 metre fold out one. So yeah, full stock back in there. That's only one of the loads, so I assume we have calf creep feeders as well on the way.
Toppers. Here at Clark Machinery we have the full range of toppers from McConnell and Major, from 6 foot right up to 18 foot in the Major range, and we have mulchers and large toppers in the McConnell range. So we have grant approved mulch, 3-point linkage mulchers from a 2.4 metre right up to 3 metre. Here we have a 2.4 metre machine with hydraulic side shift, belt driven, 540 speed gearbox. It has a roller at the rear as well. Can be used for cutting back shrub and topping grass. It's for low horsepower requirements. We've sold a right few of these under the grant scheme for dairymen and guys that wants to rejuvenate the grass or top the grass after grazings. Then just for the meantime we'll jump to the Rhino 9. This is a 9 foot rotating topper. There's no flails in it like that little one there. This one has 3 gearboxes, one to the left, one to the right, one to the middle. We've a rotor on this one and we've a rotor on the other one with 2 blades on each gearbox, in other words. So heavy duty gearboxes, 540 speed PTO, and these guys here, these give you your height. So the lower you go, the higher it is, the higher you go, the lower it is. Easily adjusted, 2 pins in and out. You carry it on your 3-point linkage as well to keep the weight of the skids at the front. Then over here we have the fully galvanised Major 605. Low horsepower requirements, 50 horsepower. Fully galvanised throughout. This is the old reliable. These we would have sold a lot of these in the past in painted, and as times move on things got bigger, but there is still a market for these. We do sell a lot of them. We also have a lot of guys looking for second hand ones, but hopefully in the future these are galvanised so they'll last a lifetime for everyone. So if you want something bigger that's than 6 foot, the 800 SM is an 8 foot cut. Also options in 9 foot as well, fully offset. So 3-point linkage again, 540 gearbox. It's mounted directly behind the tractor, and to put it out into work position you pull your hydraulic spool valve and it swings out directly to the side. Fully galvanised again, so a long life expectancy, simple to use, There's hydraulic breakaway as well, so if you hit something, you have a pipe into your free return and the machine will kick back. Also, as well as that, for flotation, it's centre pivot with a spring here to give a heavy float or a light float if required. If you want something heavy, a heavier duty topper that's applicable for the Grand, the Cyclone is the job. You have 2.5, 2.8 and 3 metre. You have also bigger machines as well. If you order it, you can get one, but at the minute what we have in stock is 2.5, 2.8 and 3 metre. 540 and 1000 speed options. 2.5 and a 2.8 metre machine have 4 rotors, one here, one here, one here and one there, and they have 4 blades on each rotor. So basically 2 does the cutting and the top 2 does the mulching. And Niamh might get in under there now and show us. Fully galvanised again. You have your skids, you have your roller here for your guide for your height if required. These machines can be both mounted on the front or the rear of the tractors, but as again, order them. If you want a front mounted one, you'd have to order it. And just a coincidence, we have the cover off one here. This is so you show you the gearbox drivetrain. So you have a shear bolt on your PTO shaft which will protect your tractor, but between each gearbox there's a rubber damper. So if this blade here gets a hit, it won't affect this one or it won't affect that one. The rubber damper takes the shock out of the system. So it's a simple drive system. You just have your rubber damper, straight shaft onto your next gearbox, and this one's mounted on the rear as well, but as I said, if you want a front mounted one, that whole gearbox alignment has to be turned the other way around. So that's the Cyclones. We also have a standard straight behind 9 foot topper as well, 540, 2 rotors, with 2 cutting flails on each. It's a 9 foot GDX it's called, and also we have a 1000 speed option in these as well, which is called 909 HD. Both very good toppers all round and ideal for low horsepower requirements. So back to the McConnell range. This is the Magnum Profi Mega 3 metre. This is a front and rear machine, so all you have to do is flip this guy right over the whole way and it's front mounted. 1000 speed gearbox, hydraulic side shift, heavy duty. This will put everything into dust. So wide hammer type flail. You can also open this door to let the volume of material out through it quicker. You have a rear roller that can be removed if required on your skids, but big machine for big jobs. Some people don't like toppers for various reasons. The top grass, they said it doesn't cut it clean enough. Cow pats, manure pats from the cows, the toppers don't, how to say, get rid of them. The idea of the mowers, it'll clean the ground to the scud, and also it'll bring the cow pats with it, so it'll spread it around the field. You'll not have any weeds going up where the cows' droppings does be. But we have availability in Cavernaland and Malone. This mowers, belt driven, 8 and 9 foot. Mowers available. There's 0% finance on Cavernaland equipment at the minute, which includes these mowers. You have a 2624, which is an 8 foot, 2628, which is a 9 foot, and we have a 2632, which is a 10 foot. All these mowers are 540 speed gearbox. They come directly straight along the side of the tractor, so you're sitting in the seat of the tractor in the fold up position. They're behind you on the right hand side. They don't fold across like the gearbox version. Top and sins is coming with these also. Easy tuck on and off, very accessible, and they all have breakaways available as well. So 0% finance on these, as well as the gearbox driven versions. I have no gearbox driven versions here at the minute, but there's some due in. I'll show you the McHale version now, the gearbox driven, which is a very nice mower as well. The McHale R310 is heavy duty gearbox driven mower, plain disc mower, 3.1 metres, with what you'd say centre pivot suspension, which will give it no shortage of flotation for the humps and bumps of grazing paddocks. You can also use it for mowing down silage. It just mow it flat. It has two swart wheels on the rear of it. If you come around here now, you'll see them. So one on the left and one on the right. It'll give it a nice swart. Quick release flails, a tarpaulin cover on it, 1000-speed gearbox. It can be stored in the position here, or it can actually be stored in the upright position, folded right across. You put this guy into place, this foot standing here into this here, and mower will fold right across and be stored nice and tidy in the shed if required. You have two pipes, a feed and return, and that's it. And your float is done using this guy here, this spring, and a chain to this mechanism here. And basically, the tighter the spring is, the more float on your mower, and the more closed in the spring is, the heavier the float you have on your arm of the mower. So simple to use. You take it off if you're storing it over the winter, because it takes the stress away from the spring, and if you're taking it off altogether from the tractor for a few days, I'd recommend taking it off. It's easier to tuck on and off when the spring isn't tensioned. But everything's very accessible: greasing points, gearboxes to check for oils, etc. You have your breakaway system here, so if it comes under pressure, your lift arm will just pop out of this, under through this here, and your mower will kick back. So last but not least, we have the full range of Malone mowers, both gearbox driven and belt driven, from 2.4, 2.8 and 10 foot mowers. Belt driven as well, 540 gearbox in these, heavy duty headstock, quick release flails, and big plus with this you don't see on too many other disc mowers of the size is a galvanized frame underneath the tarpaulin. So for the guys that is topping through paddocks, etc., cow manure, it won't affect the frame on this mower at all, because usually any second-hand mower that you see would be, the only downfall to it is the cover. It's usually rusted or there's bits falling off it, etc. But with this, it's the Irish man and the Irish animal and the Irish conditions is well thought of. But we have them in the disc, in the belt driven and the gearbox driven. Why belt over gearbox or gearbox over belt? Belt will do no problem for topping, etc., and some mowing silage. But if you're doing more mowing than topping, you need the gearbox. Why belts? Safety feature in them that over time they will wear and they will slip, and if they're too much of a crop going through these disc mowers, the belts will slip compared to the gearbox.
Right, so we got two tractors off Donald and Ellis this morning. We have this Valtra A95, it's an active model, and then we have a Valtra A95, front linkage from PTO hydraulic top link. It's an unlimited model as well, so there'll be a couple of nice features on that. And I'm going to get Irwin to pull out some of the new tractors. I think we've had 6 new Valtras in now in the last couple of days, so I'm just going to move them out of the way, because they're just taking up this space here for pulling machines out. Okay, it's quite warm in here actually. And then my steering wheel. This one, I think I'm gonna put this one in between. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this one in between the balers, or yeah, I think I'm gonna put this one in between two tractors down here, and then this space down here. The lorry men just kind of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to straighten up, drive straight in there because it could be tight enough. The little N135 will not take up too much room. I like the way these all have reversing buzzers as well. They didn't have reversing sensors. Definitely required when I'm driving anyway. Right, this could be tight, but I think we will. These are falling all over the place here. Can you tell I'm out of practice in doing these videos? Right, this could be tight, boys, but I think we'll make it. I might get in trouble for doing this. Because I might be fit to squeeze out, but the next part. I'll check and see how close we are. We don't want to have a tyre rub. I think we're okay. Oh. There we go. Right, I think that'll do nicely. Alright. One moved successfully. Okay, I think I have the camera better set up now. You shouldn't be being thrown around the place, seeing me all lopsided. I am in the 255 now, so I think I'm gonna pull it back and then bring it right the long way and just drive it straight in if I can. This one's a bit bigger, bit of a step up now from the N135. So we'll see how we go. It'd be great if I could use my mirrors. What way are you doing it? Are you doing it old school over the shoulder, or are you using your mirrors? These mirrors are actually pulled in, so I actually have a good excuse for not using them. This yard is jam-packed. There's a lot of changes since we done a video the last time. So there's a good few machines here in this yard that's sold, just awaiting a collection. He's sweat. Don't blame him, it's like 23 degrees here today. So that ends the video for this week. If you got this far, thank you very much for watching. I am currently sitting in the case Maxim 150. I'm just waiting for Aaron to come out and shoot this now, so we're definitely going to see this next week, and apologies if anyone was waiting till the end to see it. I just couldn't get it squeezed in, so it's definitely coming next week. So if you haven't already, please like the video. There's going to be more coming, lots more coming in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to keep them at it, and yeah, I'll see you next week.